How are we all doing? Welcome. We're going to go over the ban list. If anything, I'm probably the most excited about this because obviously this whole season's been a raging ball of fire, taking on Snake Eyes, Lab, and everything else under the sun. Personally, obviously, I would like to think that, Snake Eyes would get hit, but they're not going to get hit for this month because they're new additions, obviously, to this game. So potentially that might be next month. But this month, I would like to think at least Lab being hit. Lab has not been hit for 6 months since straight. There's constant support coming, and I'm just sitting there thinking, how much power can they get? They get Butler in April as well. So that makes me think maybe they're not even going to touch it. Who knows? If that is the case, I might have to build it. Okay, so here we go. We've got Performer Power 5 Rainbow Magician. Okay, to be limited. Not bad. Okay, so was this initially banned? See, I'm not too familiar with this card. I will pop it up on screen for you all. Okay, so Performer Power 5 Rainbow Magician. So you cannot Pendulum Summon except for the extra deck. This effect cannot be negated if a player, a card in their spell or trap zone skip the start of the next draw phase. If you draw a card to your hand except during your draw phase, you can set the card. Each player applies one of these effects based on the number of cards in their spell and trap zones. 4 or less, all monsters control cannot attack or activate the effects. The attack of all monsters they control become double their original attack. That's crazy. If a player controls 5 or more Pendulum monsters in their monster zone, that player can double the attack of all monsters they control, but those monsters cannot attack directly. If either player sets a spell or trap on the field while this card is in your graveyard. Wait, what? If either player sets a spell or trap on your field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage that you can place this card in the Pendulum Zone. Interesting. I don't know what deck really runs this. I've obviously not really played against it massively personally, but yeah. Next, we have Super Heavy Samurai Wagon, Nadir's Servant, and KASHTIRA Unicorn and KASHTIRA Buff. They really do not want us playing Cash, do they? Like, I'm not even joking anymore. Like, what the... I don't mind it, but realistically, is Birth even worth it? If you, like, let's be honest here, right? Birth's at 2, yeah? KASHTIRA Unicorn's at 2, Fenrir's at 1. Obviously, this is when this goes into effect, April the 11th. So, yes, you possibly could run Ogre at 3. You've got Tillamook KASHTIRA as well, maybe. There are options there, but I don't think it's as good. Obviously, if Unicorn comes to the field, let's say you get Unicorn in your hand, you activate the effect, you add KASHTIRA Theosis, but then you get ashed. You're limited on your resources because you've only got 2. You got 1 left in the deck. So, I suppose obviously you could hybrid engine it, maybe. We also have Nadir's Servant, which is limited to 2 now, which is good, obviously, to an extent. Obviously, you're able to activate it, send Garura from the extra deck to the graveyard, pick them an extra card, or if you really want to go down that rabbit hole, you can go with Entity. But you can add 1 Dogmatica monster or Fallen Valbars from your deck or graveyard to your hand that has attack less than equal to that sent monster in the grave. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. I believe that Lab is the main culprit for running this spell card, but yeah, obviously it's going to allow you to pick up an extra card regardless. I don't think 2's a massive major hit, it still works. Also, it opens up an extra slot for when Lab does come. Well, Lab support does come and you can add Butler in, so it's just opened up a slot really to throw extra Butlers in. But yeah, I don't really think the hit was that bad. Maybe at 1 potentially it might have been a bit more. Yeah. Okay, so this one took me by surprise. Super Heavy Samurai Wagon. It's ridiculous because I don't see people use Wagon much. I played up against a Super Heavy Samurai deck the other day, and it obliterated me. Like, literally slaughtered me. I had no counter, nothing. And it ended with them special summoning the Rock from the graveyard, which prevented me from special summoning altogether. But, yeah, it's interesting that Wagon got put to 2. When there's other stuff that could have been hit, but I don't know. I don't think the Super Heavy Samurai needed a major hit. I feel like it's pretty okay. Yes, it's very combo heavy, but nothing under Buru and stuff can't help with. With normal summoning in it, bringing it into defense mode, and then triggering its effect to go back into attack mode to add a card. Armageddon Knight and Pearly Pretty Memory being lifted to 3 copies each. Does this mean we're going to see more Orcas? Does this mean we're going to see more of an alternative play in terms of the decks being used, potentially? Probably not. I haven't played against Pearly in months. I don't know if we're likely to see them again being actually used, or this spell card lifted is actually going to make a massive impact. Probably not. Being able to send a dark monster from your deck to the graveyard is definitely going to be beneficial, especially with Duel Star. You could probably combine it with, obviously, the branded engine. You could probably combine it with Thunder Dragons. You can combine it with Phantom Knights. You can combine it with... Oh, what's that other deck? It's blanked. It's blanked from my brain. Orcust. Yeah. So there's a lot of cards that could benefit off of Armageddon Knight. How effective it's going to be is really questionable. In my opinion, the ban list is a bit weird. Obviously, it is what it is. Maybe next month it might be a bit better. With the Duelist Cup occurring, I don't know if this ban list was set in stone before the Duelist Cup, and then next month the Duelist Cup ban list is going to be based upon that. We don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, because honestly, it's difficult. It's just going to be another season of Snake Eyes and Lab, especially with the support coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm becoming a Lab player.